Money transmission is a term that covers a range of services, including the provision of cash, cheques, direct debits and standing orders, credit and electronic transfers, and credit card services. These are made in branch or through automated teller machines, what we would know as ATMs, and are obviously placed around the country at supermarkets, for example, as well as telephone banking and internet banking for account management and payment of bills. Most money transmissions are via the current account, which enables money to be paid in or taken out as cash, paid by cheque or electronically, and often they have an overdraft attached to them as well. There's plenty of competition in the market from many banks, and they don't tend to charge fees anymore and sometimes pay some interest, although very little, on balances in current accounts. Recently, some banks have offered additional benefits in what's called packaged accounts, including travel insurance, car breakdown cover, etc., usually at a monthly cost perhaps in the region of about £15. Most wages these days are paid via bank transfer rather than cash, as it was in the old days, and therefore almost everyone has a current account, although there are still many people who don't, possibly into the millions in the UK at present. There are things called simplified current accounts, and they're to encourage people to come into the banking world who haven't necessarily had a current account in the past. They don't necessarily have checkbooks or overdraft facilities or anything on those lines, and they're aimed at people, usually those on low income or receiving state benefits, who might not otherwise be able to open a current account. And they're very good for people in that situation to get them into the banking world. So clearing is a process that happens at the end of each day and is a transfer of money between banks whose customers have made transactions with each other from other banks. For example, Lloyds customers on a particular day have paid Santander's customers £102 million, and that day Santander's customers have paid Lloyds customers £104 million. So effectively Santander owe Lloyds £2 million, and the process of clearing is the way that is settled through the accounts that are held by each of those particular banks at the Bank of England. These days, with cheques being almost obsolete, most transactions are electronic, and so is true with clearing. Some banks and building societies don't have their own clearing processes though, and they rely on other people or other banks that do have clearing facilities to be able to sort of make an agency agreement with them to do that on their behalf. Within the UK, clearing services are coordinated by what's called the UK Payments Administration Limited, formerly APAX, and they're an umbrella association of all the major banks and building societies. It manages the UK payment clearing system through 3 operational clearing companies who are all regulated by the Payment System Regulator, who are a subsidiary of the FCA. One of those is the Cheque and Credit Clearing Company, and they obviously oversee the clearing of cheques and paper credits on a 3-day processing cycle. You've got BACS Limited, which you may have heard of, and they are responsible for the bulk electronic clearing system, i.e. for direct debits, and they're operated by Vocalink Limited. Often that's how your money might go into your bank account from getting paid, or also via CHAPS, which is Clearinghouse Automated Payment System, and that's a same-day interbank transfer system, and that's for high-value wholesale payments. So that's a sort of overview of how payments are made in the UK. I hope you learned something and enjoyed it, and we'll speak to you next time.